Greetings and welcome. With its creepy history full of ghostly happenings, Pluckey invites the curious and the fearless to explore its old streets and ancient forest. Stories of ghostly robbers, misty figures, and spooky woods have created a bunch of legends about this charming village, making it a hotspot for those who want to experience something supernatural. Join us as we delve into the chilling stories that have earned Pluckey its ghostly reputation. Pluckey is a charming village in Kent, surrounded by beautiful countryside. It's famous for its pretty streets and old buildings. But there's something special about this place that might give you a shiver. You might have seen Pluckey on TV in a show called The Darling Buds of May from the 1990s. It made the village famous, but that's not the only reason people know about Pluckey. In 1989, something unusual happened. Pluckey was named the most haunted village in England by the Guinness World Records. That's right, it's full of spooky stories and ghostly tales. There are stories about ghosts of highwaymen, creepy horse-drawn carriages, and even a white lady. People come from all over to try and see these ghosts, especially around Halloween. If you're feeling brave, you can explore the spooky, screaming woods or just take a nice walk in the countryside. In a tiny village with about 1,000 people, there are up to 16 ghosts lurking around. Let's explore some really spooky stories that people have been talking about for a long time. In the village of Pluckey, there's a spot called Fright Corner that has a seriously eerie story. A very long time ago, back in the 18th century, there was a bad guy called a highwayman who used to roam the village's cobblestone streets. He was a daring outlaw and he got into a big fight with the village's peacekeepers. It all ended in a sword fight, and the highwaymen had a really bad ending. They actually stuck him to an old oak tree with their swords, and it's said that this creepy scene still happens even today. When the wind blows through the village, you might hear the sounds of their ghostly swords clashing. Fright Corner is where this spooky encounter happens. It's like time stands still there, and the highwayman's story lives on in the chill of the night. This is just one of the many ghost stories that make Pluckey the spookiest village in England. Long ago, a teacher met a sad end in this place after World War I. He hanged himself in the quiet streets, leaving a mystery. His ghost still wanders among the trees, especially when the sky gets dark and thunder rolls in, a spooky sign of an approaching storm. In the middle of Pluckey, there's another creepy story. A brickworker had a terrible accident when a huge clay wall fell on him, causing his painful screams to echo in the village. The spot where he met his end still carries the weight of his suffering. It's a reminder of the village's spooky history that makes Pluckey famous as the most haunted village. On misty nights in Pluckey, something eerie happens on Maltman's Hill. People hear strange sounds and see ghostly horses and a mysterious horse-drawn carriage. Locals have reported hearing the spooky clip-clop of horse hooves, a sound that sends shivers down your spine. Some have even seen a carriage with lights in the windows, like it's real. One driver almost lost control because they heard the hoof sounds on the road. Maltman's Hill is a place where reality and the supernatural mix, leaving everyone with an eerie story to share. One story is about the Red Lady who rests in the old cemetery. She's been there for centuries, but her spirit can't find her baby's grave, and she wanders the graveyard, crying in the night. It's a sad and haunting sight, reminding us that a mother's love never really ends. Another eerie story comes from a house called Greystones. It used to be the home of the church's leader, and now it's famous for its ghostly monk. This monk has been around for a long time, even before the house was built in 1863. While the strange happenings have reduced since it was renamed Greystones, the monk's ghostly presence still lingers, making the house a mysterious place. Near Peanock Bridge, there's a ghostly tale about a gypsy woman who used to sell watercress from the stream. One evening, she fell asleep with her pipe and her clothes caught fire. She didn't make it out alive. Now, her ghost appears as a misty figure on the bridge, smoking her pipe. It's a sad reminder of a tragic event. The Blacksmith's Arms is a cozy pub in Pluckey with a ghostly twist. It's not just one, but three ghosts. You might spot a tutor maid by the fireplace, a cavalier upstairs, and a coachman by the fire. These spirits like to have some fun by moving things around. It's a place where history and the supernatural come together, making it the perfect spot to relax in the village's haunted charm. Near the Pinnox, there's a ruined windmill, and it's said that Dickie Buss, the former miller, still haunts the place. He closed the mill in the 1930s, but his ghost remains, especially before thunderstorms. Dickie Buss keeps a watchful eye over the village, a silent figure in the eerie twilight. In the heart of Pluckey, there's another old and cozy pub called the Black Horse. It's not just famous for its warm atmosphere and delicious drinks, though. It's also home to some shy spirits. These ghostly friends like to have fun by making things disappear and reappear mysteriously. They used to live here when the place was a farmhouse with a moat around it. So, if you ever visit the Black Horse, be on the lookout for these playful unseen guests who enjoy playing tricks on the living. In the village of Pluckey, there's a lovely lady dressed in white known as the White Lady. She's often seen around the parish church of St. Nicholas and once even in the library of Serendon Manor. This grand old house has an interesting history and was once a base for the U.S. Embassy during the World Wars. One spooky Christmas Eve, Mr. Walter Winans came face to face with the White Lady in the library. He got scared and fired his rifle at her, but the bullet just went right through her, and she vanished into a hidden wall panel. Some people think this secret passage led from the house to the church. In the spooky parkwood of Pluckey, there's a ghost story you won't forget. A long time ago, a colonel was so sad that he decided to end his own life in these woods. Even though they've cleared out much of the area, people say his ghost still hangs around. When a big storm is on its way, that's when he shows up. Back in the Tudor days, a lady who lived in Rose Court had a problem. She liked a monk from Greystones, and she also had a connection with someone from the Deering family. She was stuck between two loves. Things got even sadder when she drank something poisonous made from ivy and berries. She couldn't handle her feelings anymore. Her last moments were spent looking across the fields at Greystones, even though that house wasn't there yet. But even now, strange things happen at Rose Court. Things move on their own at night, and you can hear weird sounds, and that's not all. In Pluckey, people say there's a ghost called the Tudor Lady. She's been around for more than 250 years, going back to the Tudor times. They think she was the lady in Rose Court, and she had two dogs she loved. Between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., the time she passed away, her voice is said to call for her loyal dogs in the village. So, when you're in Pluckey, don't be surprised if you feel her ghostly presence. She still longs for her dogs and reminds us of a love story with a sad ending. In this super spooky village, the past stays with us, and the Tudor Lady and her dogs keep tugging at our hearts with their story. Pluckey is a village that's famous for its ghosts and has been on TV many times. One show called The Darling Buds of May made it well known in the 1990s. It had famous actors like David Jason and Catherine Zeta-Jones. But behind the pretty village, there are spooky stories of ghosts. Even the guys from Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May, went to Pluckey. They got stuck in their cars in the scary, screaming woods. It was funny to watch. Recently, a show called Celebrity Haunted Hotel Live went there. TV host Christine Lampard, actor John Thompson, and Chloe Madeley, who is the daughter of Richard and Judy, had some spooky adventures in the village. They talked about their scary encounters on TV. These TV shows and famous people visiting Pluckey have made it even more famous for being a ghostly place. Some people go there to get scared, while others just find it funny. Pluckey is a cool place where history and ghosts come together, and it's great for people who want to have fun and maybe see something spooky. If you enjoyed our spooky journey, remember to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button for more thrilling trips into the world of ghosts and mysteries. Your support keeps the supernatural stories coming. Thanks for coming along with us as we explore Pluckey's haunted history. Keep your flashlight handy, the next adventure is just around the corner.